my work, when I'm doing movies now, I'm much more, I take care of myself better, and I know the things that I need. I'm like like we talk about independent films. I love working on low budget movies where it's all for one and one for all, and we're all in this together. We're seeking the higher good, and I don't need a fancy trailer. I need a place to lie down. You know, I like to get to know the crew. I like it when everybody on the crew is not just doing their job, but really trying to find the vision and trying to help, and gets excited if their prop's in the right place or if you like the prop, you know. And so those kinds of things really fill me up. But I also do ask for what I need, and recently on this movie I was doing in Louisiana, I had a blast. I love these artists. It's written by a woman, starred a woman, produced by a woman, which is one of the reasons I said yes. And I think I told this morning, the other one was I enter in a beekeeper outfit and I'm shooting drones with a shotgun. Oh, I want to do that. But there were a couple of little things that came along, and it was I didn't do it in a mean way or anything. I just said, oh gosh, I think that they wanted a lot of blood on the face, and I thought less is more, I think. And so I said, I don't want to bleed out of my eyes, my nose, my ears, and my mouth. So let's just choose one. And I said, I'll act it. That'll be even better. The blood will be a distraction, whereas I can act being shot by a drone and dying. It's going to be more effective. And I was able to present my case in a loving way, in a collaborative way, and they said, absolutely. They got it. And those kinds of, that's a small thing, but I'm certainly so much more comfortable in taking care of myself now. And if we're all seeking the higher good and nobody's ego's on the line, it's, you know, if they give me a good reason to do it, I'll do it. It just depends on, that's another thing. That's one little girl. I did a nude scene. I've worked for James Franco quite a lot. And that was As I Lay Dying, the famous Faulkner book. And we premiered at Cannes, which was I wanted to talk about that because to think this little redneck from Georgia and Alabama, I was born in the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains in this tiny little town called Fort Payne, Alabama. The hospital was in Gadsden, so my IMDb says Gadsden, but it was Fort Payne. And it's a sock factory. That's the capital of the world, I think. And to think that, you know, that I would ever get to do Faulkner, first of all, and then to work with somebody like James, who's the consummate artist, and then to go to Cannes. And when we got there, the weather was beautiful, and he had so many fans that we had to walk to the red carpet, and it was quite a long walk, and the fans were just everywhere, and he was so excited because it was the first film that he had really put out, and he was walking really fast, and they'd say, slow down, James, slow down, so then he'd start walking really fast again. And we got there and did the presentation, and they showed the movie, and it was really quiet, and it can. Sometimes they boo, and they boo anybody. If they don't like it, you get booed. You don't know what you're going to get there. And it was really quiet, and then they started to applaud, and we got a standing ovation for 7 minutes. Wow. And we were all crying. We were just all crying. And I've known him since before he was a star, and so to see his evolution to that night was amazing. And I mean, he hasn't even begun to fight. He's still young, and he's still got so much to do. He's got a new film coming out. The one movie I'm not in that's going to be a big hit, called The Disaster Artist. He did call me about it, but I was in Paris working with Natalie Portman, so there's that. But anyway, he did very well at South by Southwest. But what was I saying about Jay's? Oh yeah, so he did The Long Home by William Gay. I don't know if y'all know that book. And Josh Hutcherson plays my son, and it's kind of a racy novel, kind of a racy movie. But he asked me to do a nude scene at 66. And I was like, kind of a compliment. You know? But I was so scared to death. I thought, I don't know. But I knew he would shoot it tastefully, and I knew it was very important to the script because it's supposed to be a very shocking moment for Josh to catch his mother with this traveling salesman and all this other. So I called my husband. I said, what are you thinking? He said, hell yeah. I got a crazy husband. I got a crazy husband. So I thought, okay. And it was beautiful, and it was very tasteful, very, you know, just a couple people on the set, and we did it. And I walked away from there about 8 feet tall. And I felt so great that I really am an artist. I do get that this is my instrument. This is my temple. This is my communicator. And my soul is sort of what counts, you know. I feel like I'm channeling God when I do these characters. It's a very spiritual art form for me. That my job is to keep my instrument clean and to keep all of my defense mechanisms out of there. You know, there's no room for pride or envy or jealousy or greed or gluttony, sloth. I have some, I know there's 7 deadly sins, I have 8. But just to clean house and then do my work and do my research and then let it all go and let that flow through me. And I think it's the same for whether you're a director or a writer or a painter or a sculptor or a potter. It doesn't matter what the art, cleaning the bathroom. It doesn't matter what it is that you're doing. It's just getting that stuff out of the way and letting that power flow through you. And that's where the joy is, you know, those moments. We just catch those little moments as we can. So that's my main job. And